The contrast from yesterday to today's reading is the whiplash, man. Like, yesterday it took me an hour to read one SCP, and now we're already at the fourth one within half an hour time. The difference. Okay. Just need to check some stuff. Good. We're good to go with the Reptilian meme. Time flies by when you're doing something that takes less time. Wiser words have never been spoken before. Words to live by for real. So, alright, the Reptilian meme. Okay, here we go. It used to be Keter. You robbed us of Keter! Keter, safe. SCP-2013 is to be treated through global dispersal of an aerosolized version of the Cardiff compound distributed via Foundation-owned aircraft disguised as normal aircraft trails. Foundation employees affected by SCP-2013 are to be subject to regular Class C amnestic administration to treat infection. Individuals refusing treatment are to be administered Class A amnestics and have their positions at the Foundation terminated. Whoa, straight up, just you're out of here. We don't want you around here. You haven't been even trying. Yes. You haven't even tried. All previous documentation regarding SCP-2013 has been archived for the sake of posterity. To view previous containment procedures, please input password. Okay, no problem. Here we go. Oh, did I actually put in the password? Damn. Cool. That's actually cool. So, show previous containment procedures. All instances of -A currently holding positions within any world government are to be neutralized at any cost, while instances of -A as well as all instances of -B are to be destroyed using PAR-class weaponry. Information about SCP-2013 is to be disseminated publicly via television and radio broadcasts, informative pamphlets, and through various new media such as online video sharing sites and blogs. Foundation personnel are encouraged to publish their findings on SCP-2013 publicly in any manner possible to weaken the overall power of -A and the effectiveness of -B. Once approximately 20% global awareness of SCP-2013 has been reached, the hereford protocol is to be carried out. Description: SCP-2013 refers to a Renner-class memetic agent. SCP-2013 can be spread via visual, auditory, or tactile vectors and has an infection rate of approximately 72%. The latter is known to only work if the individual being affected by SCP-2013 can read and understand the Braille alphabet. SCP-2013 causes affected individuals to develop a belief in -A. -A is allegedly an extraterrestrial race that has infiltrated various world governments, including the USA, United Kingdom, Iran, Russia, and North Korea. Okay. That smell came from outside. I was like, why does something smell burned? But it's from outside. We're good. Individuals affected by SCP-2013 cannot be cured and can be treated through regular amnestic consumption or administration. Further infection has been prevented by global dispersal of the Cardiff compound. Currently, less than 1% of the population of planet Earth believes in the existence of -A, with the highest concentration being in the United States, where 4% believed in the existence of -A. Table smell, back at it again. Yeah, I know, it's like... almost smells like burned rice. -A instances were previously believed to be actual anomalies as opposed to delusions caused by SCP-2013. For previous documentation, please input password. Show previous documentation. So this is like, okay, gotcha. Access granted. SCP-2013 refers to two related anomalies. Dash A is a humanoid species of extraterrestrial with reptilian characteristics believed to have originated from the Alpha Draconis star system. The average instance of SCP-2013 stands approximately 3 meters tall, big boys, with skin that is capable of changing color due to chromatophore cells similar to those found in chameleons. Dash A instances are hematographic and cannot survive without blood for more than 2 weeks at a time, and do not require any additional sustenance, despite the fact that they have been known to eat other forms of food. If an instance of Dash A dies violently, their bodies supplement into a large quantity of nitrogen-based gas whose molecular chains resemble some forms of amnestic used by the Foundation, causing memory loss in all individuals within the 50-meter radius. Can you imagine you die and everybody around you forgets you? Like if you're in an accident and you die and suddenly like you spit out gas and everybody's like, what? Was anybody? Did anybody die here? Like. Or am I just misremembering? It's like, nah, dude, nobody died here. Let's go home. Dash B refers to technology used by Dash A to alter their appearance to resemble human beings. We're diving into the Reptilian conspiracy theory. They're all lesser people. Dash B has several variations, including a pill ingested by Dash A on a weekly basis to alter the DNA and body chemistry to resemble humans, to skin suits that act as size-altering disguise to Dash A instances, the permanent cosmetic alteration of their features. Dash A instances are functionally immortal provided that they imbibe a volume of approximately 5 liters of blood at least once every 2 weeks. However, SCP-2013 as a whole can be weakened provided that humans are both aware of the existence of SCP-2013 and believe that it exists. For example, if an individual views an autopsy video of an Dash A instance but does not believe this to be a genuine article. SCP-2013 suffers no detrimental effects. SCP-2013's one weakness: skeptics. However, if 1 out of 5 individuals viewing a live feed of an Dash A specimen believe it to be real, the specimen will be weakened to the point where it can be killed using small arms fire with no detrimental effects. I see. Gotcha. No, yeah. I guess the skeptics are what makes it stronger. Aha! Of course. Just how real lizard people are stronger because there's and have control over us because there's too many skeptics out there. Duh. Addendum: the Hereford Protocol. The Hereford Protocol is a global series of military coups and assassinations to be carried out against SCP-2013 once information saturation has reached 20%. During this, a series of coordinated attacks across several countries, including the expunged, are to be carried out to eliminate Dash A instances. By this point, Dash B instances will have ceased to be effective in disguising Dash A as human, and the populace of countries where SCP-2013 has control will begin to question the legitimacy of the rule. Known Dash A instances that will be neutralized during the Hereford Protocol include... Well, hold on there, you might get another strike. I highly doubt I get a strike for talking about lizard people. Otherwise, Wendy Goon would have like 50 strikes with all the conspiracy theory icebergs that he talked about. Known Dash A instances that will be neutralized during the... Well, who knows? Maybe you're right. I mean, hey, YouTube, if I get a strike on this, you're just confirming the existence of lizard people. And if I don't get a strike on this, then yeah. Who knows? Maybe, who knows? Let's see what happens. Dash A instances that will be neutralized during the Hereford Protocol include our current and former presidents of, as well as their families, several actors and musicians including, and the royal families of, and did expunged. Percent of the GOY to Black the Chaos Insurgency. The Hereford Protocol is expected to be carried out sometime in late 2011 or early 2012. addendum on the 5th, I believe the instance of -8 died of natural causes. The Foundation took the body into custody for autopsy, only to find that this alleged instance of -A was in fact a normal human being. Further inspection by uninfected personnel showed that all deceased instances of -A in storage were in fact human beings. All reports on -A were written by individuals affected by SCP-2013. Given this information, we are cancelling the herefore protocol. New containment procedures have been written regarding SCP-2013 052. Okay, but are we sure though? Is this one of the... Oh. Okay, wait, what is the password? What's the ID I need to give in, and what's the password? Because I highly doubt that this... Oh. Access denied? What? Okay. Access denied. You have attempted to access a restricted file. Foundation agents will be dispatched to your location if this window is now closed. What if it actually happens? What if like the next time the curtain does because of the wind, blows in and it goes back, there's just an agent behind me? It all comes down to money. We couldn't get funding in the early days. The various governments of the world refused to fund us, and we didn't have SCPs that made endless amount of gold or jewels or could be used to cheat the stock market. The President of the United States said no. The Czar said no. The Crown said no. They didn't believe what we were doing was right or useful. Despite our lack of resources, we had one thing we could use. SCP-2013. Neither of the files you just read about SCP-2013 is the actual one. The original file doesn't exist anymore. Well, the gist of it was this. SCP-2013 was a clutch of eggs that we found at the bottom of the sea in 1900. Brought up by a fish trawler. What the hell was that noise? The eggs were dead, but the Foundation kept them. But the Foundation kept them as curiosity. In the early days, the Foundation was obsessed with bringing the dead back to life, thanks to Frankenstein. We tried to revive the eggs in various ways, from supporting the embryos outside of the egg, which failed, to electrocuting them, which cooked them, to just plain incubating them, which also cooked them. Eventually, we tried an experimental compound that's long since been lost to history. It was made up of mercury, iridium, radium, and a few other elements that science didn't yet know about. And then the eggs hatched. They acted just like children, but they looked like iguanas mixed with gorillas. They had blood chemistry we had never seen before, and could mimic human speech and behavior to a startling degree. At the same time, the Foundation had been developing disguises to hide its agents in unfriendly lands, and they were so high quality. A 50-year-old man could wear a face that made him look like an 18-year-old girl, and except for perhaps the height, it would be impossible to tell the difference. The creatures that hatched from SCP-2013 were cooperative and viewed us as their parents. They also matured very quickly and grew to adult size within 6 months. All we needed to do was educate them about the world at large, put them in a skin suit, and then we sent them out into the world to be the best at their job. They were politicians, writers, singers, actors, kings, queens, inventors, agents. They were all important in their own way. 5 out of the last 17 US presidents have been these creatures as of 2012. The Queen of England got replaced long ago, and the family still doesn't know it. Our greatest success was probably infiltrating a major cell of the Chaos Insurgency back in the 1970s. Over the years, we bred over 1,500 instances of -A. Technology improved to make the disguises more convincing. We could alter their height, their DNA, even permanently sculpt their appearance so that they never ran at the risk of being exposed. That's how the Foundation got a large part of their funding up until they discovered that we could literally make gold from lead using simple fission and fusion reactions. Platinum is actually simple to make, but that's beside the point. We eventually discontinued the SCP-2013 program and we've rounded them up, essentially expunged them from existence. We thought we had killed them all, except for a couple we kept alive for the sake of testing. Kind of messed up to raise them as your own, to infiltrate them in different places, for A, to keep track of things, and for 2, to make money. But the moment you actually find a different way to make money, you're like, kill them, get rid of them. And then we got word that the global occult coalition has been infiltrated by an -A instance, they had made their way up to the ranks quite a way, to the point that they were a consultant for the ambassador for Czechoslovakia. Nobody was the wise until we received a reconnaissance report from the agent itself. We informed the GOC, it was detained and written off as an insulated event. We thought that was the end of it, until the election happened. A smaller constituency in England elected its MP for the term, and then we found out that all of the candidates were actually -A instances. We didn't know about this until after the election, and after that it was too late to take any of them out. They were public figures, they were in the media, and any action against them would draw suspicion. We found out that on their own, -A had spread all over the globe. For all intents and purposes, they rule the world. More than half or less than 3/4 of the world's governments are controlled by them. We classified them as Keter, made them aliens, and said they were effectively immortal to discourage any assassinations. But we weren't without hope. There was always a secondary effect. -A for some reason got weaker when people observed them. One of the researchers studying them called it a detrimental anti-mimetic effect. Or the more people know about them, the less effective they are. They grew less intelligent, lost muscle mass, underwent osteoporosis, and all around just became easier to kill. The more of them there were, the less harmful the overall effect was. Mimetic delusion was the phrase that was thrown around. So we began a plan to kill them, crack the masquerade, however so slightly, reveal the existence of them to the world at large, to cancel out the mimetic delusion, and was working for a while. People who were called crackpots by their peers realized the truth, that the governments, their world was not their own. They were called mad, but soon the whole world would see the truth. I wonder if a reptilian conspiracy theorist wrote this one, and he's like trying to be like, because this is a bit too too close to home with how it's written. Like, I remember when that shit started. The program was cancelled, and it was all just a weird meme explanation slapped on it. After the corpse was found, the Cardiff compound was engineered to prevent anyone else to give into what was called a crackpot conspiracy theory and distributed through airplanes via chemtrail, but they are real. But for some reason, this oil was passed down. It has come to my attention that we have incorrectly documented SCP-2013. -A is non-existent, as is evidenced by the exhumations of several purported -A instances, as well as DNA samples and the recently recorded autopsy. Gentlemen, it appears we have been had. SCP-2013 was clearly nothing more than a harmless mimetic agent that caused mass paranoia and made us interpret certain people in position of fame or power as something not of this world. How this happened, we don't know. Who made it, or even how it was made, we don't know. Why it was made, we don't know. But we will find out. SCP-2013 has been reclassified as safe, and its containment file rewritten. For the sake of context, the current containment procedures are to be archived and are accessible to any researchers with level 4/2013 or higher clearance. Secure, contain, protect, 052. By now it has been more than 60 seconds since you opened this page. I apologize for any consequences that may come about as a result of you viewing this document, but it eases me knowing that the truth is out, even if I am the one that is crazy. Secure, contain, protect. I believe that the 052 is also a reptilian. I believe that they were saying like, oh yeah, no, it's all just some weird mimetic effect. It's not. They never existed to begin with. They don't exist. They're not real. For some reason, we all thought they were. Because that makes the most sense, right? Like if you're aware that you're kind of being hunted down by the Foundation, might as well infiltrate the Foundation and make them think like, yeah, by the way, this never happened. It's just I don't know, I'm with 052 on this one. He has a trustworthy face. You know what? You're right. Looking at 052, you're absolutely correct. That is a trustworthy face. How could I call them a liar to their face? I take everything back I just said.